Picking up some serious.
Hey, very pleasant good afternoon as we welcome you into the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show as we are coming to you from Quaker Steak and Lube in beautiful State College. The all-you-can-eat wing buffet getting underway at 4 o'clock as we go off the air here this afternoon. Lots to get into. We've got the Olympic Games continuing. It's funny. I'm listening to some of the national shows. It's just like the halftime show. I don't know why. Not everybody. It's fine if you don't tune in, you don't like it, you don't watch it. Fine.
A lot of other channels.
What does it matter if other people are enjoying it and do find it fascinating? It is really interesting to me the number of folks. And listen, I have my moments too. So I'm not. This isn't. I think we all do this. I don't know why we do it is the thing. It's like, I like this. How could you not like this? I don't like that. How could you not? Well, because we're all different. We have different tastes, different things. I mean, we like different foods. Now there's some commonalities. And yeah, there are some things where I truly don't understand how you could not like something. But at the end of the day, like, it seems to bother some people. I can't believe you watched the halftime show. Well, what? I'm not forcing you to watch the halftime show. I'm not saying you need to do it. I'm not. But to be outraged over any type of entertainment, again, you have the clicker. You can mute it. You can turn it off. You can go to the alternative shows. Nobody's forcing you to do it. And if we're talking about something that you don't find interesting, you don't want to talk about, that's cool too. You can, again, hey, we're going to check out here for a little bit. Maybe later they'll be talking about something I want to talk about. That's fine. But it's just like people get indignant over the fact that people are watching or not watching the Olympics. It's like, I find it, and listen, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't watch these sports, and that's part of the appeal for me. I'm not following bobsledding at all, except once every 4 years at the Olympic Games. I don't follow figure skating even a little bit, but I will follow it when the Olympic Games come up. There's just so curling is fascinating to me. It remains one of the things that at the Olympic Games I get very intrigued by. And then again, I will forget about it for 4 years. And then it'll come back on. I'm like, man, that really seems fascinating. It seems like it'd be fun to do. Now? Women's hockey is phenomenal.
I would not normally not watch a women's hockey game.
How about the Penn Staters involved with between Sweden, Italy? Fanton had the first 2 goals in yesterday's game for Italy. Janicki and the Americans, Tessa Janicki and Team USA getting ready to take on Team Canada here in the final game of group play. But yeah, again, it's fine if you don't want to. I'm not sitting here telling you you're not patriotic or you're not. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. That's cool.
I like watching it.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating.
On Sunday, by the way.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, just Bad Bunny, complaining in this and that. And I was like, did you like Madonna in the 80s? She was like, oh my God, I was such a Madonna girl. I was like, well, then shut up. It's the same thing. It's just about shock jocks and it's just about shock and all type of thing. And
yeah,
that's what we're talking about. The NFL is getting exactly what they wanted from this.
Oh, yeah.
People are still talking about a halftime show.
Absolutely.
It's got exactly what they want. So they're considered it was a successful trip for them. No matter what anybody says, whatever. It is what it is. Super Bowl, halftime, over. No more. I can't talk about it anymore, Jeffrey. But I will say that, women's hockey, I would not normally watch a women's hockey game. I'm very interested in today's game versus Canada.
Oh, yeah.
It's just such a rivalry between those two. It's amazing. Yeah, you walked in here and I was like, dude, I was just so enamored by that, that the mixed curling gold was just given out.
We missed out, huh?
We missed it on they won it on the last shot. Sweden did. You got to give it to them. They were the projected 1. We were the projected 3, so we finished 2. But yeah, I was into it. It's awesome. Like me and Brenton were sitting here like, we got to go down the right side on this. Like we know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah,
but that's
it
what
is.
makes
It's
it
fascinating.
great, though. This is my question to you. And I know I asked Booch on Thursday, and that was Winter or Summer Olympics. If you had the opportunity to go, which one would you like to go to?
Well, so if I had to choose between the two, personally, I would choose the Summer Games primarily because wrestling is in the Summer Games. But also, I am more fascinated by some of the track and field events, and I would love to go to both. Both on the bucket list. I don't know that I'll ultimately do either. I'm really I would love to go to the LA Games here in 2028. I really would like to try to work to make that happen. In part because I think there's going to be a decent representation of Penn State Wrestling on the.
I think they'd want some kind of Penn State announced you know what I mean?
U.S. Olympic team. So, that is part of it. But I also, again, it's just one of those things that it's. I would like to say I attended and watched an Olympic Games, and I would like to go. Again, I would certainly love to go to the wrestling, but I really would like to go to some of the other, and even track and field. I would definitely be all in on getting there, but I really would love to get to some sports that just like we're saying with the Winter Olympic Games, like going to a bobsled course and being able to watch
that's
that.
What I'm talking about.
I think would be neat. The downhill skiing, all of it. It's like. And even with the Summer Games, it's like, there's stuff there that I don't even know what they're doing half the time. And it's like, let's check that out. So I don't know. I would love to make 2028.
I would be a winter guy just because of the hockey. But I also want to excuse me. The ski jumping, amazing to me.
Fascinating.
Unbelievable to me. The curling would be fun to watch me all drunked up and cheering around. It'd be pretty cool. But the bobsled, the luge, the skeleton, and all that would be where I would be. I'd be the guy with the cowbell and going, oh. That's what I'd be doing. So I had dinner with Dick Girardi on Saturday night.
Did you?
Yes.
Loved it.
Just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the Olympics because they were on. And he said he has been to three. I said, that's great. The guy said, how'd you get involved? He goes, well, I went in 92. And I was like, dude, the dream team? And he goes, no, Jasner, the other in Philadelphia. He goes, he was specifically there just for the dream team. And he goes, I was covering all the other sports for the Philadelphia newspapers and all that.
Right?
And he goes, it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. And guess what? He goes, I've gone to 2 Summer Olympics since on my own dime. He goes, I got bit by the bug.
Yeah.
He goes, I've liked it that much and I enjoyed watching it that much and all of that. So I thought that was so cool. But yes, I would definitely be a Winter Olympic guy just because I'm a fat guy. I need to be outside in the cold. I wouldn't want to be in the heat anywhere. But I don't know. I just think that the Winter Olympics to me is so much crazier with the downhill, the sled, the bobsleds, and the ski jumping and stuff like that. But the athleticism that comes out of the Summer Olympics and in the track and field stuff, and then the
swimming,
the swimming, it's amazing. It's just like holy crap, it's like every day you're watching history almost.
Yeah,
so, it is awesome. I have been an Olympic person my whole life, and I was trying to tell Carrie, my wife, and that she's 7 years younger than me. So I was telling her, the Miracle on Ice, and she didn't understand. I said, no, you don't understand. But she's smart enough to understand, like, okay, we had amateurs. Like, amateurs being like, if you ever took a penny, you were not allowed. And then specifically, they were all college kids. They weren't like amateur, 22-year-old, 25-year-old, laborers who played soccer or played hockey on the side. I mean, these guys were college kids or just got out of college type of thing. So, and I said, you don't understand how good the Russian team was. Like, think of the dream team. And that was pretty similar to what the Russians were rocking back in the 80 Olympic Games.
Yeah.
I mean, and she goes, no way. And I said, well, not to that extreme that they were that world known, but in the hockey world, they were that damn well known.
Yeah.
And then she didn't understand that
but they even
it was
more
definitely, it wasn't just the Soviet Union, it was Germany, it was Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, like they were all part of the USSR.
But in some ways, they even had a leg up on the Dream Team in that many of those guys, were playing together for years and years, like together on the team. And, I mean, you obviously had some changeover here and there, but I mean, it was largely a group that just trained year in, year out together. And I mean, it still is rightfully looked at as the greatest upset.
What I said to her
in sports history
is that Russian team, that Soviet team in the 70s came to the United States and beat every NHL team, not just beating them.
Yeah.
I said they were embarrassing NHL teams, and not NHL All-Star teams. They were playing teams, and that's when they played the Flyers. And that's when I saw an interview.
They even beat the Penguins.
I saw it the other day. Ed Van Heppen was a Flyers announcer when I was a little kid, and he had that Western Canadian accent. He talked like this, He's like, and I don't know what happened, but the guy runs into my elbow. And he knocks himself out, I don't know what happened, And they show the guy, Ed Van Heppen, come down and just blatantly just blast the guy in the face with an elbow, knocks the guy unconscious. And then there was like, all right, the Russians left the ice. This is the one versus the Flyers. And then they left the ice, and the Russians were like, we're not playing this gooned up game type of thing. That was the Broad Street Bully days. And Ed Schneider from the Philadelphia Flyers, the owner, said, you don't get back on the ice, you're not getting paid. Lo and behold, they were back on the ice in 15 seconds. And then after that, he goes, it was just, I watched the history of it, and they said the Russians, when they wouldn't even touch the ice. They were so scared to go out there. So, yep. And then, that's an amazing thing. But, the dream team comparison was pretty on cue, right? On key with that to see that's how good the Russians were. But I don't know if you've seen it though. There's a Netflix piece on the 80 Olympic team. It just came out in the last 2 weeks, Jeffrey.
No,
it's very good, dude. It's worth an hour and a half of your time because it's like all the guys now and what they're doing.
Oh, that's nice.
And in the end, it was amazing. Herb Brooks, it was 1,000,000%. All they talked about was Herb Brooks and how much they hated him and this and that. And then when it was over, then it was like, he's the greatest thing that ever happened in my life. And I was like, I can relate. There's that 5'6" little Italian man from back in the day who, when you were playing football for Penn State, you absolutely couldn't stand because he was a tyrant. And, he told you yes, no to a lot of things that you could or couldn't do and had a lot of rules and this and that. And by the time you were done with him, you're like, you know what? I'm sick of the old man, And then the first 2 months I was done out of school, I was like, dude, I miss the old man. This sucks. This isn't what I thought it was going to be, this whole real world thing.
Yeah.
But it was very similar there in that how they were talking about Herb Brooks, and in the end, it was really, I won't tell you how it ends, but there's a scene at the end that it was like, if that don't make you cry, and talk about how much that team meant to Herb Brooks, then my goodness, you're not breathing.
Yeah,
but I highly recommend watching it, Jeff.
I will do my best to
do it before
out.
Thursday. There will be a test.
Yes, I understood. So a couple of other things. Obviously we have the big wrestling meet, the match of the year, Penn State and Ohio State, coming up Friday night at the Bryce Jordan Center, 7:00 start. Should be a whole lot of fun. Ohio State is really, really good, and I think is the one team that you're like realistically, it's not crazy to think that they could match up here and really give Penn State a legitimate run here for their money, both in the dual meet and certainly in the postseason tournaments. They just have that top to bottom firepower that, again, might not be quite what Penn State has, but it is pretty darn impressive what the Buckeyes have been able to put together.
Give me a timetable of when there was this big of a match.
Well,
it had to be some of the Iowa matches.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the 2019 Penn State-Ohio State match is one of the all-time great meets, involving Penn State. Certainly there's been some great Penn State-Iowa matches. There's been some great, within the last 20 years, great Oklahoma State-Iowa matches. I mean, every year there's one or two that you kind of start to pencil in. And again, this is one that I think from the national duels on, folks have been kind of looking at as this should be a lot of fun. A lot of guys that will be at the very least in contention for individual national titles that'll be taking the mat in this one. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Did want to just throw some accolades out there. First of all, kudos to Mark Pavlik getting his 700th career victory over the weekend. Penn State taking a couple of matches from St. Francis, getting back to 6-4 in the season. Pavlik becomes just the fourth ever college men's volleyball coach to hit the 700 win plateau. So very special stuff. Of course, Pav is retiring at the end of this current season, and so all the more meaningful to get that milestone under his belt. The Dear Goon reacting.
Pretty cool scene, by the way, when he walked into the locker room and
very cool.
The guys from his team was celebrating him. I mean, that's love, dude.
Yeah,
that is absolute love. And 1-0 USA, by the way.
Yeah, Team USA in women's hockey gets the initial goal of the contest here against Canada. Again, the Americans have been dominant to this point. Obviously, this is by far their biggest test here against Canada, but they've outscored the first three opponents by a combined 15-1 in the group play stage of the tournament. This will be the final game of group stage play, and then they're moving into the quarterfinals, and it is going to be interesting. There's some may very well see these two teams meet up again.
Absolutely.
In the gold medal game. That's kind of what's anticipated, but again, there's some other teams making some real noise here. Sweden is looking very, very good. Italy, the host country, a big deal that they are into the quarterfinals. That is they really made an investment into their women's hockey program, and it is a huge deal that they are advancing to the next stage of the Olympic Games here in the quarterfinal round. So, but again, congratulations to Mark Pavlik. Also, it's just tough. Penn State basketball. I mean, I would argue should have won the game with USC. I mean, it is there for the taking. It is absolutely there for the taking, and kind of let it slip away. And this is one of those things, Goon, where I think sometimes we talk about confidence, and sometimes it's like you're waiting for the next bad thing to happen. And it felt like Penn State was anticipating that, all right, man, we're going to let this slip away. And sure enough, they did. I don't know. It's just tough. Very frustrating, because I do think there's some talent there. I think they, if and it's a big if in this world, but if they can keep everybody on that roster back next season, I really do think the pain, and it has been true pain in an athletic sense that this team is going through this season, can pay big dividends on the other side. But boy, it is tough to see that right now. And again, in the world we're living in, the concern is one of the added concerns is, all right, do some of these players that are more talented start to look for greener pastures, or are they willing to stick it out here at Penn State and see big picture that, nope, man, we could be the ones to kind of turn this thing around at Penn State. And I have no idea how that's going to play out right now. But that was a tough one against USC. Just, again, felt like that's one they should have had in the win column.
I think that, yeah, and that's the thing that's what they were flustered about, is they felt as if they should have won that game. Hell, they should have won that game with that lead in the second half, but it was just like they just didn't close. And I asked Dick about it. I said, how's Mike doing? You know, how Rhodes's doing? And he goes, you know, he's frustrated and upset because he's very down because he's never been a loser. He's never lost in his life. He's always won at every level he is at as a player and as a coach. And it's just frustrating for him. And they had that game on Sunday. And I was sitting there as soon as the game started. I told Carrie, I said, I don't know what it's about Super Bowl Sunday, but we always seem to win on Super Bowl Sunday in basketball. I remember years ago we beat. I think Sparty was number one in the country, and we upset them on Super Bowl Sunday. So that was a tough one to lose. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's like, oh well, we're right there. We're right there. Well, we got to start proving that we're right there.
Yeah,
and stop saying we're right there and finishing it. And again, I got faith in Mike that he will do that and he will make that happen. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, and again, the battle now, certainly improving and getting over the hump in some of these games, part of the battle. But the other part is, all right, getting these guys to buy into big picture. Hey, we can make this happen here. I don't know. It is tough. I mean, it's tough for coaches of winning programs in this environment. But when you are having the type of season that Penn State is, and you're trying to build this thing, up, and again, that other teams are reaching out, other kids are reaching out anyway on behalf of programs. Hey, couldn't help but notice, man, you're playing terrific. But boy, your team's struggling. You know who's not struggling? Look at our team over here. Imagine what you could do. And it's just, I mean, it happens in all of the sports. I mean, it's just such a different world right now. And I think that has to be, at least in the back of the mind of Mike Rhodes and the coaches, is, getting these kids to believe that it is going to get better here and that they can be part of that better experience here if they stick around and put in the work for next year. But much easier said than done.
Yep.
Again, in the environment that we're living in, to get that true buy-in.
But hey, money talks. It's going to be if that's what's going to take to keep the team together, then we got to do that. I mean, it's not easy to say. It's a lot easier to say than do, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, it's always been a tough thing. I mean, I had people this weekend who were not from State College, and they were asking about the basketball team, and I say, my thing has always been, it's just tough for guys to come here and you're going to be second fiddle to the football program. I mean, that's just how many schools. You can count in one or two of your hands how many schools have really good football and basketball. Good basketball and good football. Like, it's usually a choice of either or. I mean, there's not many schools that really, really produce both. Not many. There are some.
Yeah.
But they are, the money schools and that type of thing. So, I mean, who you got? Ohio State, you got Michigan, but Ohio State, they teeter back and forth on the basketball, but Michigan's there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Sparty's basketball is there. I wouldn't say UCLA's football is there. USC is one of those teams that maybe they are they really that dominant in basketball? I don't think so. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's going to take a lot of stuff. But did you see that the athletic budget came out and how much money they spent on NIL and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
and people are flipping their lids because why does basketball get this much money? Hockey and women's volleyball, especially wrestling, deserves a lot more. And all I kept on saying, I mean, you have to understand how it works.
Yes.
If you bring money in, money will come out. Now, listen, I understand. Jeff, you understand. I understand. The wrestling is an unbelievable program. Probably easily the best dynasty in sports probably the last 20 years, I would say.
Yeah.
Do they deserve more money? Yes, but are they bringing more money in? No. I mean, you got to remember that Penn State basketball, as bad as it is, still makes a profit because of the NBA, the Big Ten media deals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you got to realize if you bring money in, money will come out. And wrestling does make money, and there are. I mean, you guys are operating in the still below.
Yeah,
okay.
The only sports that make money are at Penn State or football and men's basketball. Hockey may be getting very close. Actually,
I think they're self-sufficient. Isn't the word I heard?
That may very well be. I'll have to take a closer look at the numbers there. But
Ironhead on the case, baby.
That's right. The world we're living in is, again, you've got to figure out where your priorities are as an athletic department and invest accordingly. And again, different athletic departments are going to make different determinations based on following history, tradition, the coaches you have now with the alumni value, with the big money alumni support and what they want to throw their money behind. I mean, all of that stuff gets weighed in to what ultimately gets spent and how that money gets doled out.
You know what I didn't mention to you last Tuesday is that I heard a lot at the hockey game 2 weeks ago, the outdoor hockey game.
Yeah.
How much people were enthusiastic and looking forward to the football season and the new program with this new director. And that they are happy to come back to Penn State because they didn't like Penn State where it was with our leader before. And with our new leadership, a lot of people I know that were up at that hockey game were, more than I thought. I was like, wow, you were like that? You thought like that? And they were like, yeah, I was done with them. I was completely done with Penn State football. But now since they bought Campbell and they're re-enthused about it and stuff like that. So why I bring that up is I wonder if that will help out financially with some giving. Some people were very hesitant to give with the leadership we have in the football program, but now that might change.
I think initially it will, and then those enthusiastic individuals, when Penn State loses that first game under Matt Camp, I can't believe why are we being concerned? It's going to be so. Yes, it is easy to be enthusiastic, and this is our guy until you start to run into some tough opposition. And you don't have the success that you, the fan, the supporters, believe your program should be having. And again, I like the hire. I think it's I'm encouraged to hear what you're saying, and I also know how quickly how quickly that can turn, based is pretty much solely on results and or lack of results. So And listen, I mean, everybody in the business understands that. It's not like Campbell's thinking, oh, man, they really love me for me. It doesn't even matter if we win.
I've won these people over already.
Yeah, they get it. All right, let's take a break here, and we are back with much more. It is our Tuesday edition of the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead Show.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA, signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox, State College.
And we are back on a Tuesday afternoon here at Quaker Steak Lube. Again, a great place to come on down and watch those Olympic Games. All of your favorite sports on the many TVs all throughout the bar and restaurant. Again, great food, huge menu. Obviously, world famous for their wings, and rightfully so. But man, do they have just a great selection of various opportunities for different entrees, different appetizers, different sides, and they really do have just a great staff down here. Very, very attentive, take care of you. It has that old neighborhood bar feel to it. We would encourage you, if you've not been down recently, stop on down and enjoy all the Quaker Steak and Lube has to offer.
Again, I agree.
Big weekend coming up for Penn State hockey as well. Of course, Gavin McKenna had the felony charges dropped, and now the preliminary hearing, which had been scheduled for tomorrow, has been postponed until March 11th, and it'll be in the morning. That'll be the first day of the Big Ten tournament. And listen, I respect Bernie Cantorna a lot. I think he is a terrific district attorney, and I think he is absolutely right when he says folks shouldn't speculate on the case, and it's not helpful to either side. And he is accurate when he says that violence is not the proper response to any verbal altercation. Also, we're human beings. We're hearing what's happening and seeing what's happening. We're going to speculate. And most of us, again, Bernie is absolutely right in what he's saying. Also, you start in on my mom when I'm out with my mom and you keep it up. Again, a one-time thing, maybe you let it go, you say something and you move on. You keep it up, you follow somebody outside. At some point,
you're liable.
You are going to get what is coming to you. So,
and we don't know
we'll
if that what the kid was looking for. Was that his ultimate goal?
Yeah.
Or was he just that bomb that he just would not let it go? And
yeah, and again, well,
that's the other thing is that what's going to be coming to play? Like, you're going to ask this kid who got hit, like, what did you? I don't remember. I mean, by all accounts, off his rear end hand
is at least what we're hearing.
Yeah, and so it's like, what's this guy going to remember? I mean, his buddies are going to say, well, I saw him do this and I saw him do that. Well, how come you didn't get him the hell out of there? You know, the guy's outside waiting for these a son and a mom and her son.
Yeah, it just again
continue on. And again, you're right. You don't want to speculate because we weren't there. We don't know exactly what happened. And,
but you're seeing and hearing the same stuff. And again, on social media, do I think everything there is 100% accurate?
Absolutely,
probably not,
Jeff.
But
don't be so negative.
We're getting enough people saying similar things that, to me, it leaves credence in just everything. When we had Guy on last week, and we've everybody you talk to who has had any kind of interaction with Gavin McKenna, it says the same thing. He just is a great kid. Now, do great kids make bad decisions? And is it possible some of the stuff that that is being said about the other guy is overblown? Yep. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know. But, man, it sounds plausible. To me, the story that's being told on social media and that most people seem to be buying into seems plausible. If it did play out that way, again, I don't think I think Gavin McKenna should play this weekend and keep rolling on as is. Deal with the legal issue as a separate matter, but I don't. And again, that's between Guy and the
we
team.
can talk about is Rashard Casey and Joe Paterno.
Yep,
it's a very similar situation. And Joe Paterno asked Rashard what happened. It happened in North New Jersey, so it wasn't like Joe could get a report and find out, from his sources that he had in the police department around here. Whatever. Sorry. But, he asked Richard what happened. Richard told him what happened, and Joe stood by him and said, okay, I believe what my player told me. And he did not do any kind of suspension for him and all that. And all of the charges all ended up being dropped against
and he got
Richard
crushed. Paterno did nationally.
Yes, he got
absolutely
nationally.
crushed.
And then when he got everything got waived,
Yep.
and Richard wins a lawsuit against the guy
Yep.
who he beat up, and yada yada yada.
Yep.
Did Joe get his roses for that and his flowers? No, they didn't. Oh, okay, whatever. No, when Joe stood by his guy, he believed his guy. So if our guy Godowski, believes in his guy, McKenna, then I don't think he should be suspended. I mean, my opinion on the whole thing, I've made it pretty vocal on my social media, and that is that, yes, he should have backed away. I've been in that situation before where you want to back away, you have to back away because of who you are, what you can lose versus what they can gain from you. But at that time, at that moment, I'm sorry, it just it's just a respect thing. How dare you disrespect or dishonor my mother like that by saying something like that? And then if you keep on doing it, keep on with it, you can see where he finally just said that's it, and just. Because he got the word is they got talked down one time. Again, this is the word of social media, say that they calmed him down when he was in the restaurant bar. And other people are making all kinds of crazy. Was you in a bar? Why was you drinking? Okay, he was in a bar. He was in a bar restaurant. It's Doggies. They serve food there now, and they were having a family function. So he's in there with his mother. So anybody could go in there, for a private function.
Yeah,
that's just me. So, I mean, again, like I said, if what you're reading is true, you got to take your hat off to the kid and say, but if you also, there you go, 2-0 USA. You also, got to look at him and say, this is going to be put into textbooks by the NCAA of how you don't handle situations. It's just like, it's tough. You got to swallow a ton of pride in a situation like that and walk away from him when you don't want to because your mother is being disrespected like that. So it's so tough to do that, but you have to. And it's just one of those like things that's like, it happens. It happens more than more than
for sure.
It just doesn't, we just don't have the soon to be number one overall pick in the NHL draft in your school. That's not a normal thing for us. So, but
no, I think
lessons will be learned through this whole thing. It's tough. He was put in a tough position, but I don't see how anything could have changed. Doggies did the right thing. They told the guy after the incident, "I'd get the hell out of here," and he's outside. He's waiting for them to leave and waited for them outside, and then they came out and he had approached them again. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't think Doggies is in the wrong. I don't think McKenna's in the wrong. I think the kid who did all this, from what we know, and we're speculating like Bernie told us not to, right?
Yep.
Told us not to do, but it is what it is.
Yeah, again, what's out there is out there, and if it is accurate, then I think most people.
But no, I don't think that guy should suspend him. I don't know if Penn State overrides that and says, "Hey, we got to suspend him," or does the Big Ten come in and try and suspend him? The NCAA, I don't know. I mean, these things happen a lot more than you think. It doesn't, it just doesn't involve the number one overall pick in the NHL draft. So,
Super Bowl impressions, Goon. So change it up here. Yeah. It was not a enthralling game. Hats off to the Seahawks. I don't think there's any question they were the best team really throughout the season and certainly throughout this playoff run. That defense is big time legit. And again, the Patriots are, you play the schedule you play. Folks that are, well, they didn't earn it. Yeah, they did. They played exactly the schedule that was laid out for them. They have, it's not like college football where you're picking and choosing your 3 non-conference opponents, and there you can throw some blame, at different colleges for the schedule they're putting together. That's not the case here. What the Patriots didn't go out and hey, we're going to play these teams, and all of these coaches are going to be let go at the end of the year, and we play the Jets twice. So somebody was
the Jets hammering them. You're good.
Hammering them for playing the Jets twice. It's like, well, that's kind of the way that works. You get to play the teams in your division.
Booch and I talked about it on Thursday. He was going through the list, and it's amazing.
It is, but again, you play
line them up.
Yep, you play what's laid down in front of you, and and they still had to go through the playoffs and earn it there. And they look like a team that was a little out of its league in that game. But we've seen blowout Super Bowls over the years. Now, it has not been the norm as of late, but there was once upon a time, like. You were expecting the Super Bowl would be a 3 or 4 touchdown, at least blowout. So, again, the Seahawks earned it. That defense was very, very impressive. And we'll see what happens next year. I think, you're looking at the odds, and I'm listening to some people talking about it, that Drake May will be back sometime. You don't know that any of these guys, the Seahawks look really good right now. Do I like their chances to get back in there next year? Sure. But my gosh, the amount of change between now and next postseason, things that we maybe can anticipate, and some other things that there's no way we can anticipate. Who knows? The number of teams where, Joe Burrow and the Bengals that first year, like, oh man, look out! Like they're going to be back a bunch of times. They might go on a Mahomes Chiefs like run here of just again injuries. There's just so many moving parts that you just don't know, and so again, hats off to the Seahawks, and really hats off to the Patriots for doing what they did this season. Again, they played the schedule that was laid out in front of them, and it is remarkable that it played out the way it did. But who knows next year? Do the Chiefs get back in the mix? Do the
Birds?
A gazillion things that could happen next year, and could play.
Seahawks going to play the Niners twice, the Rams twice.
Well,
they're already in the toughest division, and then it depends on what they already announced who they're playing.
But that stuff can change quickly too.
Sure
right now I'm with you, and I'm not expecting it's going to drop off precipitously before next year, but. Again, an injury here or there.
Unimprove.
Yep. But I will say the game itself, even the I don't know, we had friends over. I was as disinterested. And it's nothing against the teams. But I do like it when you have a team that you either are rooting for, whether it's, hey, Saquon Barkley, and, there's a connection to your school, and I know before you started in on me, I know Chris Stoll did a great job with the Seahawks. Good job, Penn State alum with the long snapping. But I mean, there wasn't the marquee. Hey, this is why we're tuning in, and you can get behind. Or again, if the Cowboys are there, very easy to work up passion against them. Again, I didn't want to see the Patriots get the win and get have more Super Bowl titles than the Steelers, but not like a huge overarching vendetta against them. Again, I was rooting for the Seahawks, but so mildly that I'm like, whatever. So, I mean, we got into discussions. I'm missing plays. Like, I never miss play. Like, I am just so disinterested. And even the commercials, I mean, there were a couple that grabbed my attention as they were going on, but I just didn't see
nothing was great.
and it wasn't, well, I mean, I went back and watched some of them afterward, and I'm, reading about some of it. The halftime, I just didn't watch it. It just didn't hold any interest for me. There were some things I needed to do in the kitchen, and I was just getting some things cleaned up. So I didn't even see it. So I can't comment one way or the other on how great or awful it was. I didn't see it. I don't have any desire to go watch it. I've seen the little clips here and there, and whatever.
I had to ask.
I'm not getting worked up about it.
Yeah, I had to ask. My wife's friend was with us, and she's a huge Bunny fan. Big Bunny fan.
Yeah.
Big bad Bunny fan. So she was, she speaks Spanish. So I was like, this is okay here. I'm not trying to say this, but you can see where middle America is like, what in the hell? We're watching the American Super Bowl, and the halftime show is in 100% Spanish.
Yeah.
Where people were just like, I don't know what's being said. I don't know what's being done, all this and all that. So she was, as the thing was going on, when she got done, I was like, well, just tell me what the hell I just saw. And I said, explain me the power lines and the power cords and stuff like that. And she says, it probably has something to do with the continued electric issues in Puerto Rico from the hurricane type of thing that's been years ago, has not been fixed, should be remedied by now, but there's still been issues. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. Nor I don't, it doesn't really matter to me. But I will say this, Ironhead, game-wise, I was rooting for the Seahawks because, I'm going to be a salty person and say, New England does not deserve more Super Bowls after they've won how many in the last 15, 20 years. It's like, okay, I'm a little sick of them. They needed to be, put in the depths of hell a little bit longer, a couple more years before going back to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. And I don't think that's a Super Bowl team. I mean, offensive line-wise, they got absolutely destroyed.
It was rough.
I know that the left tackle, which was their first-round pick, which was tough, their left guard and their left tackle were both rookies, and the left tackle gave up 14 pressures in the game.
They looked like rookies.
Yeah. They really did.
They looked
and
like.
then one play that was really bad is when he actually, Campbell, the left tackle, actually rocked out of his stance, so they called him for a false start. But before the play was actually blown dead, he actually got hit and run over in front of 4 billion people in a slow motion type of way. So it was a tough day for Mr. Campbell out there. Do the Patriots come back? You don't know. Is it going to be a one and done for Drake? Like, there is so many quarterbacks who go once, like you're saying about Joe Burrow, Dan Marino, Cam Newton. They go to that one and like, oh, they're so young, they're going to be coming to more, and they're going to have more chances. And they never did. So you just never know. But that Seahawks defense, that can be built around right there and be somebody who could win 2 or 3 or 4 Super Bowls in a row. I'm on my little soapbox now. Me and my Carrie had talked, and I was just like, you know what? I feel good for Sam Darnold.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a guy there who just like, he's one of the top players in college football, and then he gets dressed by the New York Jets. Just put into a situation where you're destined to fail. And it's like he got the crap kicked out of him there. They jettisoned him over to the Carolina Panthers, who were just as bad. And then he has a good year last year with the Vikings. Ends the season on a sour note, so they're like, oh, well, yep, you proved you're Sam Darnold, so you stink, so you're gone. So they hitched their wagon to J.J. McCarthy now, and Sam Darnold got jettisoned to the Seahawks, and where he went up there, it's just like Baker Mayfield. Carrie is a Browns fan, so she's like, I don't like how the Browns did Baker Mayfield. I mean, he did what they wanted to do. He won a playoff game in Pittsburgh, and then he's gone a year later. And it was like, he was shunned. He was like, oh, you stink. You're doing too many commercials. You're doing this or doing that. We don't like you anymore. Bye. So I would like to see Baker Mayfield do well. But in the same breath, I would like to see Sam Darnold do well, because there's guys who get put in those situations. I was talking to Booch on Thursday. Derek Carr, his brother, David Carr, first overall pick by the Houston. We will never understand and never know how good he could have been because he got the living crap kicked out of him in his few years in Houston. I mean, beat to hell. So you're never going to know what kind of player that is. And that was Sam Darnold with the Jets, just in crap teams and nowhere to go. So I did tell Carrie before the game, I said, listen, I'm not going to bet the game because I know as soon as I put one penny on somebody, it goes the complete opposite way. But everything I said to her, I said, the Seattle is too good on defense.
Yeah.
New England's really bad on offense right now. They're okay on defense. They can keep them in it. It'll be a low-scoring game. But I said Seattle's going to whip that booty. And everything I said was true. But, of course, I didn't bet it. Of course I didn't bet it. Because once I do, I lose.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the yes, most of the experts were saying exactly that, and it is not often that a game plays out the way most people are anticipating it,
Correct.
but this one really did. I mean, it was a battle for Seattle to get points on the board, but they kept getting points on the board, and as the game wore on, right, and you could feel. I mean, they were talking about it during the telecast. It's like, hey, I mean, New England kind of recognizes it's going to have to manufacture some points here, and so they're, gambling maybe a little more on defense, trying to create something, an opportunity, or with special teams, and that's just a hard way to try to go about winning a championship. And yeah, again, we'll see how everything plays out moving forward. I do think, with going back to Sam Darnold, the one thing we talk about all the time, Goon, is it really does speak to how important getting the right situation is for a quarterback. And you do wonder, well, I wonder anyway, maybe nobody else does. I really do wonder sometimes, like with some guys that we view as busts, or even if not as busts, it's like, that guy's career never really, well, how much of it was that guy? And there's no way, I mean, you can't fairly evaluate this stuff, but how much of it is, you got in with a bad coach, bad situation, bad teammates, and, and maybe somebody else that really not as great as now we look at them. Well, and, Joe Montana, I mean, you're not going to dispute his greatness, but did it help that he had Jonathan Taylor and Jerry Rice he was throwing to? Did it help that he had Roger Craig running the football? Did it help that he had an offensive line that was outstanding, a defense that was vicious? Well, yes, all of that stuff. So, if you put Joe Montana on, the Green Bay Packers of those teams, of that era, what is he going to be doing? Well, not that. Yep. I don't. You'll never. Again, you can't accurately say.
In that regard, who I bought up? Troy Aikman. I mean, there was a guy who just got the living crap kicked out of him his first year, 1-15.
Yep.
They were calling him a complete bust. He was this, he was that. He couldn't do this and couldn't do that. And then lo and behold, hey, by the way, we're going to give you Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Jay Novacek, and an offensive line that will block the sun. What do you need?
Yeah.
And then, by the way, Troy Aikman's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of this game here. It's just, but then you have a guy like who we often use, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
There's a guy who goes to a bad organization in the Chicago Bears, a bad team. He's set up to fail, but guess what? He's not failing. I think he's proven that he's pretty.
But they
damn
bring
good.
in a new coach and again, that's part of it is you got to get that right relationship there, coach and quarterback, and then yes, and then you got to be able to build everything else up and around the coach and quarterback. And I mean, sometimes it comes together beautifully, sometimes it falls apart horribly. And again, we're all left to make whatever judgments that you want to make on individuals and organizations, but hard to not recognize that the Jets organization was the problem, not Sam Darnold.
You've got college football players who were elected to be the second pick overall to the New York Jets. I'm speaking about Moore from Oregon, who decided he wants to stay in college for $7 million versus a guaranteed $50 million from the New York Jets because he wants to stay away from that organization.
Yep.
That's bad. That's
Not
almost
good.
like, hey, man, the NFL might have been on this one. If that is that bad of an organization. And that's crazy because it's not like they're cheap like the Bengals. They spend money. And they have a fan base that loves them, and it's just like, man, they can't get out of their own ways sometimes, man. Jeez, Luis.
That is a fact. All right, we'll take a break here. We are back with much more. Another hour to go. It is the Line Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show here on Sports Radio 98.7, The Fox.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors. People invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
And we are back on this Tuesday afternoon as the Olympic Games continue. We get ready for the big dual meet on Friday night at the Jordan Center. Penn State and Ohio State, battle of 1 and 2. Penn State hockey getting ready to visit now second-ranked Michigan. Michigan State moving up to number 1. Michigan now number 2. That series in Ann Arbor. A big one without all of the drama now surrounding Gavin McKenna. And with that drama added in, probably enhances at least the feel of the magnitude of the games coming up in Ann Arbor this weekend for the men's hockey team. Too early for baseball talk? Of course not. Yeah, it was interesting. Winning season being predicted by the Deer Horse for the Pirates. Definitely have a team that on paper should put together a winning season. I am really curious to see how this fits together, though, for the Pirates. It is as though they just kind of randomly, hey, let's see if we can upgrade the offense a little bit here, see if we can upgrade a little bit there, without thought to, all right, what are the positions we have needs in and more openings at? And we'll maybe get an idea during spring training. I'm just not exactly sure this is going to fit together quite the way you would want a championship team, for example, to fit together. But yeah, I think they've made themselves better than they were a year ago. Dramatically better.
But what's better though?
I don't know. Well, the offense is,
what was the baseline of
the home run production should certainly go up in the upcoming season, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping against hope that they just somehow catch lightning in a bottle, which is what Pirates ownership constantly is hoping. Let's just hope.
Come back?
Hopefully. Not
he
yet.
Still hasn't announced yet.
That's an ongoing saga in and of itself.
Back off. Who is it? Is it him or is it the Pirates? Does he have a
How
contract?
do you think it is?
Does he have a contract or no?
No, the Pirates are the Pirates are the Pirates.
Oh, they're saying
it is. Yeah.
He's the best player you've had in the last 50 years. Give him oh my goodness. He wants to come back to play for you.
He would like to. Yep.
Is there somebody better than him?
Do you think that the leadership that he would provide might be worth it?
Exactly. The leadership.
You can figure out. Well, I shouldn't say the Pirates may not be able to figure it out. Every other Major League Baseball team would be able to figure out. All right, hey, we're gonna create this spot for you. Maybe it's just a couple of days a week. We're going to get you in there as DH. Give day off here or there to other guys. You'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Not the Pirates. Who knows what the conversations are behind closed doors, but until or unless Bob Nutting sells the team, this is just you're just stuck. We have the same discussion every year. It is awful because you're just stuck. You're being held hostage as a Pirates fan to an organization that just does not care about trying to put out a championship product. And again, they made some off-season moves to make it better. Hey, look at us. We're really trying. No, you're not. You're doing what you know you need to do to get the fans thinking that maybe, again, if everything comes together, maybe this could turn out to be a really good team. But they're not like this. Isn't an organization that's like, hey, we got whatever we got to do to go win a pennant. Let's do it. That is not what the Pirates are about. They're about trying to figure out how to make as much money as they can and not have to expend.
We are going to
much
go
of
to
that
another
money.
game this year. We had such a good experience.
Oh,
there
it's a
last year.
great ballpark.
Oh, yeah. And it's cheaper to
It's
go
a
to
wonderful
than Philadelphia.
setting. That too.
I can go down there, Airbnb a house for a weekend, put 8 people in it, buy 8 tickets, get into the stadium, go into my bar out in the left field or right field.
Yep.
And have catches with the right fielders.
There you go.
It's a fun day, man.
It is. It's a good time.
And I'm looking forward to going actually when I can actually walk. And I'm
That
not,
will be
and I'm
nice.
not like going 100 yards, like ready to, fall down and die with the back issue. So,
yeah.
Yep. Oh, we got the horse. Horse ain't got much to do today, huh?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Hold on. Horse, I need to know what the punishment is for Ironhead. Did you come in last again?
I did not. Major League Baseball will. What Major League Horace is asking, why Pirates will be locked out once the lockout occurs. Small markets like the Pirates will, I think, struggle more. Salary cap and floor does work for other sports. What baseball will tell you, what Major League Baseball will tell you, is that what they are doing is working. That we've had small market teams have success. What they don't point out, and like the Yankees haven't won in forever, so it's not just all about, and they will tell you that with a straight face. But what they're not telling you is how hard you have to work to be successful as a small market team, and that sustained success that you see from small market NFL teams is, if not impossible, as close to impossible as you could possibly get in Major League Baseball. Now, the Pirates, it's another level of incompetence and
what they're doing,
ineptitude. I mean, it's so yes, the small market.
The Dodgers
excuse
being
is there for them.
$400 over the salary. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
If you have a salary cap, enforce it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what makes the NFL, the parity in the NFL, work.
Yeah.
They enforce the salary cap. It's a hard cap. Baseball's like, well, it's a recommended. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are paying $700 billion out. Deferred payments, of course. 3-0 USA, by the way. 3-0. Eat it, Canada.
Yeah, they're
so
looking
the
pretty
horse
good.
just said he came in last in your league.
Yeah.
Horse, that's embarrassing for you. You got all this time now, bud.
You got a league that I'm in, and you still.
I mean, did Ironhead get help this year?
times.
What did you do? What did you change?
Somebody had to have helped me somewhere along the way.
Where did Reggie help you, with the draft or with his daily? What did Reggie do for you?
Oh, the Mad Turtle is getting all geared up. He's doing that's a non-paying fantasy league, but he's all excited about baseball fantasy league this year. Yeah, we've been into the card collecting, and now we're adding the fantasy baseball component to it for the upcoming season. So we're very excited. He's been putting together his team, the team that he's hoping to get, players that he's hoping to get. We'll see how that all fits together, if it fits together. But it'll be fun.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Are they reviewing the goal or are they reviewing something else?
They already gave him the goal, so it's
Okay.
3-0.
So they're reviewing something else, not
Probably the time.
the goal.
Maybe there's a penalty. I don't know. USA celebrated like it was a goal.
I didn't know if that's what they were reviewing there.
Yeah, they were. They were reviewing the goal because it was a power play. They reviewed there was a hit at center ice that they reviewed there. So the goal went in right there, comes back out. So, there they go. Ooh, those Europeans are funny. By the way, kudos to the Olympic Committee. Milan and Cortina look beautiful, dude. Like you see some of those pictures at night of like the slalom and the giant the downhill skiers and the giant slalom stuff, and then there's a little valley in below. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, now they just got to get the medals to not keep falling apart.
Yeah, what was that? I just saw that quickly. What are they talking about? They're
having problems with
malfunctioning?
some of the medals are not. There are two pieces and they're
separating.
Yeah, they're
Lord,
coming apart, and then some of them are having problems with the like they were coming off of the ribbon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. They've definitely had some issues there, but 3-0 again, U.S. in the women's hockey game, final game of group play for both the United States and Canada, and then it's on to the quarterfinals for both teams.
I was wondering what am I going to do with the Super Bowl before baseball starts. And then Sunday morning, I woke up and was like,
yep,
the Olympics are on. I get 2 weeks of sitting there at 3 o'clock in the morning watching.
It does fill the gap
watching some
beautifully.
curling, man.
How about it?
And then you get 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden, pitchers and catchers are already in full swing. Spring training's going. Grapefruit League, Cactus League, all of a sudden, bam! Opening day, baby.
Yep.
Well, we got to get to Augusta. I mean, blue-white game. Oh, man. I did.
Or at least blue-white weekend.
Yes, I was told that there will be a football
experience.
Yes, and we don't know exactly what yet they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Whether it be a practice, a scrimmage. I mean, honest to God, I texted Pat one day and I was like, let's just think about this. What about the battle of the network stars type of situation with all the different teams on campus and have that at Beaver Stadium? I mean, it is. You don't need to have a football game. Let's just get everybody together because I've always said it's a great thing for Penn State people to come out of their like hibernation because it's been so cold, and this year's really doing it to us. But like, get the teams together that aren't competing. Obviously, wrestling couldn't do it right now. Well, I guess they could. Now that I think about it, because their season will be over in April.
Yeah.
So, like the wrestling team, can they do like this and that and, create some fun stuff that involves all the teams and then have your 75,000 fans there cheering all the different teams on? I mean, you think a wrestler would be pretty cool to be running around and doing some athletic stuff with 75,000 people in the stadium? I'm pretty sure hockey players were impressed by it last week. So I just thought that would be a pretty cool thing to have something like that, I mean, we could get Gabe Kapler in here to, and the Cast of Threes company from the Battle of the Network Stars. That's some funny stuff back in the youth, man. No, but I said, just think about something like that. It doesn't have to be a football-related thing. You can have the baseball team having something, having the outdoor lacrosse team, the outdoor track, lacrosse teams, they'll be in season, but, have a game there that people can go to. Just keep it that weekend. We have a winter weekend. Let's have a spring weekend.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I to go back to it again, I know it was last week. We've talked about it a whole bunch, but there's still a big old buzz about that hockey event the whole weekend event. I'm sorry. And then you're going to rock in this weekend with literally I asked you before the show, and is this the biggest in how long? I think you said 19, right? Was Iowa?
Well, I mean, that one was just a spectacular dual meet. I mean, I feel like every year. I think when you get 1 versus 2, it has that type of.
Ohio State 17-0 though. They always had Iowa to deal with or somebody. They're
yeah. No, I mean Ohio State is legit. And to have it as the last Big Ten duel for Penn State is obviously kind of extra special as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. Obviously, Ohio State will be a prohibitive favorite at 141 with Jesse Mendez. And then I think, they're certainly a clear-cut favorite at heavyweight. I think Penn State is, either even or the favorite at the other 8 weight classes. I think the first 2, I think most fans are just excited, like wrestling fans, not even Penn State or Ohio State. You're just excited to see those first 2 matches because you have 4 national title contenders that'll be meeting and involved in those first 2 bouts. Nick Bouzakis was very good last season, but he's definitely taken his game to another level. I really think Luke Lillidahl this last month or so is wrestling at an exceptionally high level. But yeah, that one is definitely about that could go either way. Those 2 may very well see that match again in the Big Ten finals and may very well see it a third time in the NCAA finals. They are both that good that it would be not surprising and maybe almost expected that you see that match a couple of more times in those settings. I think, 133 to me is just one of the most intriguing weight classes we've had in a while. Obviously, Lucas Byrd is phenomenal, returning champion, and is going to be very hard to beat. But when you throw Jackson Forrest in the mix there at Oklahoma State, I still think Marcus Blaze is as good as there is there. Again, I'm not saying he's unbeatable on any given day. And Davino, I'm sure Ohio State fans will tell you the same thing, but Davino's maybe not unbeatable, but man, he's going to be a very tough out, and he is. They're both just outstanding wrestlers, and 2 of maybe, 6 to 10 wrestlers that maybe could get hot at the right time and walk away with the national title. But Davino and Blaze are just so consistent with what they bring. Again, that bout is flip a coin. I just think it's going to be very, very entertaining. Marcus is just special, and it's going to take something special to beat him. But Davino is special in his own right. Yep, no doubt. But I think, you start looking at the rest of the matchups. Okay. If Cannon was there at 57, and again, I haven't seen anything that definitively rules him out, but it's sounding like he is not going to go until the Big Ten tournament. I won't be shocked to see him out there Friday night. Kind of hope we get to see him out there Friday night. But if he's not there, then you're expecting bonus points at 57 for Penn State instead of, in my mind, a toss-up match, even though on paper you'd probably favor Cannon there. And then Penn State, I think, slight favorite at 74 and 84, maybe a little more solid favorite at 65 and 90, but at both of those at 97, but both of those weight classes are Ohio State has outstanding wrestlers as well. So, for the Buckeyes to win the dual meet, probably have to win the first 2, get bonus points from Mendez at 41, win heavyweight, and then hope you pull a surprise somewhere. Somebody throws, one of the number 1s for Penn State to their back, and gets a huge win.
Talk to me. Did Ohio State, Iowa go as expected, or was there just
pretty much?
Okay.
No, I think I would say it pretty much went
as the novice fan. I
gotta
say that Okay, Ohio State, show me a little something.
Yeah,
Iowa, they beat them out pretty good, I think.
Yeah, Iowa. It is going to be interesting, man. The noise is starting to get louder and louder out in Iowa City.
What?
I just don't know. I mean, there's stuff out there that they need to get Spencer Lee. Well, Spencer's still competing, and
man, wrestlers love like
being a great wrestler
and
and being a great coach in this environment is not the same thing. Now, it's not a bad place to start, and certainly having the technique and the mindset and all of that, good place to start.
Understood.
But again, he's still competing right now, and I'm just not sure. I'm not sure the timing is quite right there. I don't know. It is going to be a very interesting offseason. And let's see, first of all, how it finishes up this year. Although I will say, as we sit here right now, I don't see Iowa being one of it's the top 4 teams that get the team trophies at the NCAA tournament. I don't think Iowa's going to be one of them. I really think right now, Penn State is a clear 1. Ohio State's a clear 2, at least going into this weekend. That's the way that looks. And then, Iowa's going to be in the mix in that next grouping. But to me, right now, I would take both Nebraska and Oklahoma State. And I would probably take Iowa State tournament-wise over Iowa right now. So that's, I mean, they've got to climb over at least 2 of those teams to get, if you subscribe to my thinking that Penn State is 1 and Ohio State's 2, then if you're Iowa, again, you've got Iowa State, Oklahoma State, Nebraska, as I think teams that it'll take something for Iowa to overtake any of those teams, any of those 3, and they've got to overtake 2 of them to get into a team trophy position. I'm not sitting here telling you that they can't do it, but I think when you look at the firepower, the top end firepower of an Oklahoma State and a Nebraska, and then the overall depth, like the number of All-Americans that I think Iowa State can get on, and Iowa State's got obviously some top-end firepower as well. A few guys that could be in the mix, probably should be in the mix for national titles this season. I think it becomes a dicey proposition. And if Iowa does not finish in the top 4 or 5 at NCAAs, again, is that enough to have the administration feel like their hand is being forced? And if that is the case, again, Spencer Lee seems to be the guy that most fans want. I don't think you can be a head coach and compete. Not in today's world with what it takes to compete. If you're training for that Olympic cycle, in particular, again, it's not, it's a couple of more years investment on personal training. And so if you don't go after Spencer, then my question is, who is it that you bring in that you think is going to kickstart the program to such a degree that they clearly would be back at least in the top 3? Because, again, I don't think Ohio State's going anywhere anytime soon. That is a young they have some seniors for sure, but that is overall a lot of really good, really young talent on that Ohio State team. Nebraska's going to lose a little more, but Oklahoma State is certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. So Penn State, Ohio State, Oklahoma State on the national front. In the conference, Penn State and Ohio State for sure. Again, I think Nebraska, it is going to be interesting to see what happens to them next year, if they're able to kind of sustain and reload, or if it's going to be a little bit of a rebuild there. I think Michigan is going to try to make a move to get back into, at least the kind of top 3 in the conference next year. Now, whether or not they're able to do that, we'll wait and find out. But you also have programs like Wisconsin and Illinois that are kind of knocking on the door here. Can they come crashing in and take advantage of this? I don't know. It's going to be, regardless of what Iowa does or doesn't do, coaching-wise this offseason, I do think they're going to be one of the more fascinating teams to watch next season, because Virginia Tech has some kids coming in. Yep, and I think they're they appear to be well positioned to get into the mix for making a run at a top 4 finish anyway. And you never know how some things are going to unfold here over the course of the next year with different programs, and who might be able to bring in some guys, who might lose some guys. But it does feel like Iowa right now is in a little bit of a tenuous spot with its program. And momentum's a real thing. Obviously, Penn State has a ton of it right now. Ohio State has a lot going in that regard right now. Nebraska certainly feels like it's riding a wave. Oklahoma State, big time, feels like it has momentum rolling again, and that they'll be back in the national title contention sooner rather than later. And, again, you have a bunch of other programs out there, the Arizona States, the North Carolina States. Cornell is going to be interesting to see what happens over the upcoming season. You get the Ivies jumping on you. Yeah.
I guess my one question, would Iowa ever go outside of the Iowa box?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. To win? You bet.
Okay.
Yep, you bet.
Okay,
absolutely. And there are some that are pushing for it, saying, hey, listen, you need to follow the Oklahoma State model and go get one of the Penn Staters to come out. The question is, I would never say never. That's a good question. And again, I would never say never, but I think it's going to be a hard sell. Yeah. For sure.
Alan Weiser with
Alan
news,
letting us know that McKenna is cleared to play in Ann Arbor this weekend. I'll applaud that. That is good news, and I think the right thing based on what we think we know about the situation.
And we know a lot
about
nothing.
That is usually the case with us.
Correct.
We'll take a break here and be back with a final segment on our Tuesday show after.
You look a bit nervous, hey?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
Rings and all kinds of other tempting things. Great times, great food. Get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food. Get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter. And I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
And back for a final segment here on this Tuesday. Team USA up 4-0 over Canada in the women's hockey tournament. Final game of group play for the U.S. Canada has one more game, I think against Finland after this one in group play, but U.S. Continuing to, they've dominated everything up to this game, but now dominating this game. And again, to this point in the tournament, Team USA now has outscored its four opponents 19-1. That's Penn State Wrestling-esque,
very much so.
dear Goon, with the type of dominance.
Women's hockey likes to score 5 goals a game. That's what.
Yeah, that is each of the first 3.
4 straight 5-goal games.
Let's see that happen. I'm okay with that. A little self-promotion here. I will be on the Penn State Coaches Show on the Penn State Sports Network tonight. The show runs from 6 to 7. I will be on there from 6:30 to 7 talking about the big showdown with the Buckeyes here on Friday night and the season in general. And it has been, even by the ridiculously high standards of Cale Sanderson's Penn State teams, a special season for Penn State wrestling. And again, one more duel after this one. This will be the final Big Ten duel of the season against the Buckeyes on Friday night. Then Penn State will host Princeton at Rec Hall the following Friday night. And then a couple of weekends after that, back at the Bryce Jordan Center for the Big Ten championships. And that will be a sellout. Big Ten tournament will be a filled Bryce Jordan Center. And That is going to be a scene, Goon. I'm looking forward to that almost as much as I am
Nationals?
the NCAA tournament, just because, again, you from the quarterfinals in at the Big Ten tournament, you're getting great wrestling.
Yes.
Um,
Well, I do have a question.
Yeah.
In the Big Ten, like in Nationals, when, they got a lot of Virginia Tech people, a lot of Old Dominion people, a lot of Arizona State fans. When their guys lose, they sell their tickets. Does that really happen in the Big Tens? When you buy the whole weekend, you know what I mean, as a parent or whatever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of tickets on sale Saturday nights for Nationals.
Huh.
They're getting some pretty good money for them because people are leaving.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I'm done here. We didn't. I'm not competing. My kids go on, so they get rid of their tickets. But the Big Tens are 2 nights.
Correct.
So
2 days.
I'm sorry. They'll just be jacked up full. Is there 3 sessions or 2?
It's 3 and a half. So there's 2 sessions on Saturday, and then the third session kind of rolls into the fourth on Sunday. There's a small break, but it's not like you don't clear the arena and then bring people back in. But there's really 4 sessions at the Big Ten championships, but it'll be 2 on Saturday and then 3 and 4 much closer together than on Sunday. And yeah, again, we'll see what Penn State does. That the chance for more history here is certainly there. By the way, Friday night's meet
coming up or past?
A lot was made of Penn State having set the mark for longest winning streak. With a win on Friday, Penn State will set a new record for longest unbeaten streak. So both Iowa and Oklahoma State had separate runs of 84 meets without a loss. Now, they both had ties in there, but did not lose. Oklahoma State, before Penn State surpassed them this season, had the record for most consecutive wins at 76. Penn State has that record in tow, but now is sitting at 84 and can break what is, at the moment, a 3-way tie with 3 programs that have gone 84 consecutive duels without a loss.
That's freaking crazy.
It is
the
crazy.
fact that 2 of them are even tied.
It got to 84. It is.
That's a decade or 2 apart, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Oklahoma State did it in, I think it was 59 to 66. And then Iowa did it 2008 to 2012.
I'm freaked out for Friday night then, man. Freaked out.
Yeah. So that's
the wrestling gods are saying there will be 3 teams stuck at 84.
the history that this team continues to rack up is truly amazing.
Braden, Friday night.
Yep.
We got to talk about it. Was it a suspension? Was it an injury?
No. Medical issue, and he should be fine this week.
They didn't talk. It was, again, I don't really have the volume jacked when there's wrestling matches in my house, so I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Did they announce that it was medical, or was there speculation?
Yeah.
Okay. Because people were like, "Oh, he gets suspended because of
the
push."
I mean, I'm not sure. I think they could reveal what it was. Maybe Kale will this week. I almost think it makes it sound. It is not a big deal. I will just put it that way. And yes, he should be good to go here Friday night.
I like him.
He
He's had
is
a tough year, man.
Yep,
Like the whole year, 365, and
he is a really tough kid, tough-minded, and I really think, like with everything, right? I mean, Kale's approach and Casey's approach, Cody, Nickley, I mean, that whole staff is. And it's exactly the right approach if you're trying to prepare young people for life in general, right? Which is you need to embrace the opportunity that comes with challenges, right? Like your best chance for growth, right, is with losses or with overcoming tough circumstances. Your 94 team at Illinois. Well, that's that's when you kind of found out, you know what, we can battle through adversity and find a way to get this done, even when things aren't going our way for a wide variety of reasons. Well, I really think I'm just a big believer that if you embrace adversity and you're like, make it more challenging. I want to show what I'm made of. And it takes a special mindset, and it's not something that comes instinctively to very many people, but I think it's something that you can teach yourself, and if you can embrace it. And I think Braden has that type of mindset. It's like, all right, I've gone through this, I've gone through that, some self-imposed issues for sure. And now I'm growing from it. I'm better for it. And here we go. All of those lessons are going to be applied. Maybe a little extra fuel to the fire, and you go out and you let it fly. Now, Friday night, Mendez has been as close to untouchable as anybody this side of Mitchell Messenbrink in college wrestling this season. He has been dominant against really good kids. It hasn't mattered the level of competition. So, but again, if you're Braden Davis, it's like, hey, awesome. Let me go out, get a feel, see where I'm at with this guy, and let's learn from it. Win, lose, whatever happens, let's get ourselves a little better for the experience and go from there. But I am curious to see what Braden is able to do here against Mendez. And again, Mendez has obviously been terrific each of the last 2 years. We talk about the Penn State guys elevating their game, taking that leap from one year to the next. Mendez, I think, has taken a couple of leaps from where he was last year. And again, he was a national champion last year and was dominating most of his opposition last year. He is just wrestling at an exceptionally high level. If somebody outside of the Penn State room is going to win the Hodge Trophy this year, it'll be Mendez. And that guy is just wrestling at a really, really high level. I haven't seen anything about parking for Big Tens. I haven't really either, but I haven't looked because
that might be weather.
I know. Yeah, I don't know if I will ask around a little bit. I haven't seen anything about it either, but again, I haven't really been looking for anything on it either. So I don't know if it would be any different than just the normal, and it may be. I'm trying to think. I don't really see why it would be different.
Sessions? Can you just park there one time?
I would think you could just leave your
once you're
vehicle there. But
hey, I got a question tonight.
Yeah.
Where's your show? Where is that?
Oh, out at the field.
Okay.
Same, yeah.
Just
Where the coach's show is. Yep, field out at Toft Trees. Again, show runs from 6 to 7. I'll be there from 6:30 to 7. They had to twist my arm to have burger and fries and talk wrestling. It's like, all right, if that's what you really want me to do, I guess.
Does Kale have a burger?
I can do it.
I believe Kale has a burger there.
I believe he does.
Is there an Ironhead?
There is not.
There should be some goon witches out there.
Should be. That is something that should absolutely occur.
Goon burger and iron fries.
There you go. That would not be bad. That would not be bad.
Of course, we have that poutine on there.
What's that?
I love their poutine fries out there.
Yeah.
In honor of the hockey club, you should get some poutine tonight.
Their fries in general.
I love them.
Pretty darn tasty.
Yep.
Not a bad way to go at all.
So I'm trying to think. I'm trying to put everything in perspective here. So we have Thon one weekend, and then the next weekend is Big Ten.
Yeah.
Let's put a thing here up here.
Yeah, a lot
It
going
just
on.
seems there's a lot going on in the Penn State community in the last year. You can go back to like the SMU game a year or something ago. You know, a little different stuff going on. Interesting. I wonder who's coming in. I got to talk to my out of town folks who are coming in for Big Tens.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's some folks that I know that are coming in that I wouldn't have necessarily thought would be coming in for, but it's like, yeah, I gotta check this out, get the experience. So yeah, I do think, and the neat thing about Big Tens and Nationals is that you get the different groupings of fans, and that to me is one of the really fun things. Obviously, there'll be Penn State fans throughout, but there'll be a block of Iowa fans, Minnesota fans, Ohio State fans, and again, there may be fans of those teams spread throughout the arena, but there's blocks of each of the fan bases that'll have different parts of the arena. And one of the fun things is just, everybody gets their chants going and lets it be known that their school is there, their fans are there supporting their kids. And that to me is one of the really fun things about both Big Tens
So think about it.
and
I think there's
NCAAs.
800 tickets for Penn State. Is that what the number I heard? Because there's 14 teams, and you figure if you give 1,000 to each school, that's $14,000 right there. And we're only holding.
Yeah, I don't think it's that many tickets that each base
right?
gets, but yeah, it is. Yeah, and again, some of them will return chunks of their tickets depending on schools following, proximity to Penn State. All of those things will come into play.
A cool place to wrestle?
I do. Yes, I do think Ohio State will have. Obviously, a very good showing, both at Big Tens here and certainly at NCAA's in Cleveland. And then, I think Nebraska, Iowa obviously always travels well. I think Iowa will bring a good number of people. It'll be interesting to see if they bring their usual. I mean, usually at Big Tens, other than possibly the home school, it's kind of Penn State and Iowa, at least in the last 15 years, that are the two biggest blocks of fans. I suspect for Big Tens, it'll be Penn State and Ohio State. And then I will be curious to see, given the expectations now for Iowa, like where their fan base stands in relation to like Michigan fans, Rutgers fans. I think Rutgers will bring a good number of folks in. Even like Minnesota, again, Nebraska, I think will travel well with their fan base. Just again, they're excited about what these last couple of seasons have brought to that program.
The return from COVID, right? They put us in the back of the list after the COVID because we were supposed to host COVID.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't know how they ultimately. Well, we did host during COVID, and then
that's right, they did have it.
Yeah, they had it. It's just we didn't
Nobody
have
there.
very many fans
Right.
there at all, and so some point I will have to get. I don't know exactly how they ended up settling because we had heard. Well, I had heard initially that it might just be a couple of years and it'll be right back.
Yep.
And then it was like, all right, the next year was announced, the next year.
Well, they're not announced like 5 years in a row. Then,
they getting back into it. Well, not now. It is going to be bid out. So now it'll be a different process altogether. They'll not be, I think what I had heard, and this is very unofficial, but I think like Las Vegas, Indianapolis, I think there was a third, maybe Chicago. There are some cities that and arenas that are bidding now.
Yes.
On future Big Ten Wrestling Championship sites to be the host.
DC might be there. DC, New York, Chicago, Indianapolis, Detroit.
Yeah, I will say I agree. We have
I love the comments.
Yes, when other teams come in.
I love that. I truly love that. I love sitting at the loop. I'm trying to think of what event it was, but it was some Europeans involved. It was one of those held matches here. I don't know. It was one of those internet, whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting here at the Lube when there was a bunch of there was like 6 European dudes, and you could tell they're wrestlers because of their ear. Every one of them was ripping cigarettes.
Pretty good.
And you're like, yes, there. That's the. It may have been an MMA thing. It could have been an MMA thing. But they were all wrestlers for sure with the ears and stuff like that. But then they're all ripping down cigarettes, and I was like, that's the most European thing of all time, right
different,
there.
Different.
And somebody was like, that guy might even be competing tomorrow, and he's still smoking like that, And I just thought that was hilarious. No, but I do love when other teams come here. I love when Alabama.
The tournaments are neat because
really cool, man.
you get to see different fan bases, and you get to hear the stories. A lot of them obviously are families or old high school coaches or that sort of thing. But there's also almost always some fans that are, we're just sports fans of our school, or we had a friend that got in, had a kid that was into wrestling, and then now we're kind of just hooked on it type of thing. It's always kind of fun to just hear the background and learn a little bit more.
Me wearing a singlet, though, Jeff.
I can understand that, actually.
Like, who doesn't wear a singlet watching a wrestling match?
That makes a little sense. Yeah, sure. You wear a football jersey when you're watching a football game, don't you? I mean, let's be real.
If Kale wore a singlet, I wear a singlet.
You need to be looking for that at the Big Ten championships this year. A sight to behold.
Like a trash bag filled with white milk. Clear trash bag filled with milk.
And with that image, we leave you for today. We will be back on Thursday. Until then, be good and be safe.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Terry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, Coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors. People invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox.